Stevie Lee, former defensive tackle for the University of Texas.
And I'm Clyde Hargrove. I'm a roofer.
I also saw action in 52 games.
And I fix a lot of roofs.
Also won a Rose Bowl and never lost to A&M.
And I fix a lot of roofs, right, Stevie?
Oh, right. I'm sorry, I zoned out a little bit.
So are you going to say that thing about Hargrove Roofing?
Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
Is this even going to work as a commercial?
And brothers, all those Texas angels dancing in the sky.
Let me tell you, this is not about politics. One thing about a Texan, we're going to pick up and we're going to help our neighbors. We don't give a damn who they voted for in this time of need.
You know what I'm saying? I want to get my heart out there to Texas. Y'all going to be all right. Just keep going. Hope y'all get all the help y'all need and everything. We don't need no time for no politics and no shit like that. Just get your help, get what you need, man. You know, everything gonna be all right.
Stevie, I know we're sports centric, and I know my previous episode on Let's Talk About It a week ago was about this. I was just appalled, sick, and pissed off at so many people politicizing this and making it a race issue to finger pointing and all that. It could, because I think everyone, including myself and you, we texted each other, talked. It hurts, and people just enjoying a holiday weekend, and you see this. We're still trying to find people. In fact, over 170 victims. People have yet to be found. 170 individuals. We don't know if they're alive across Central Texas. But we do know 129 deaths. I mean, this is something that's unfathomable. But I think right now, as we try to help gain closure for all these families and try to lift those up, as well as all the great stories that were told by the media of heroes and all the volunteers as well.
Yeah, I think you're right, Nick. It's time to reflect on recovery and rebuilding and things like that, man. I don't want to talk about what and why and how it happened. What we do know and what we know the facts to be is something happened, and a community needs bigger community to get back together, right? So Let's focus on that part. There actually do need to be some accountability somewhere, because there are some young kids that lost their lives due to whatever it may be. And those parents want closure and answers. So that I would love for them to have their answers and things that they need that be answered, questions that they have that needs to be answered from them. But right now, in the next few months, it's recovery and rebuilding. And so it's a tough situation, but let's come together and figure this thing out together and rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Sean Clinch. That is Stevie Lee. We are co-hosts together on The Pass Rush with Stevie Lee, all part of Stories Inside the Man Cave. Just a small graphic here. I think there's so many heroes, the first responders. There are so many people who have just stepped up, from volunteers to people who may not have the financial resources, have found a way. I've seen it firsthand, found a way to contribute because of this right here. Love and caring Texans, loving Texans from left to right. HEB, no doubt, man. HEB is a much better organization than FEMA. They could run the state. They could run the country as far as emergency management. And in the middle, a lot of green bows, including my neighborhood, to honor those young ladies and counselors and anyone associated with Mystic who lost their lives in the volatile but beautiful Guadalupe River which all of us have spent time on. I grew up on that river, north of the Canyon Lake area to south, and the New Braunfels and Green. We grew up on that river, and Comal and all those other ones, the Frio, Llano rivers. And then on the right, an example of individuals who have the fame and fortune or whatnot, whatever you want to call them, individuals like us who just have a big heart. I mean, look at this. Jalen Hurts, former OU, former Alabama, and Philadelphia Eagles quarterback. Look what he did. He's donating to help pay for funerals.
Mm-hmm.
What a beautiful act of humanity.
Yep.
And Pat Mahomes has done the same. And and all the professional organizations in the state of Texas have really come forward, and universities and organizations. Stevie, there are so many organizations just in the Austin, Texas area alone who have contributed in some form or fashion that I was not aware of, in restaurants. But to your point, we're only a week out after this, but it seems like a month.
Yeah.
I've volunteered a little bit, but the organized efforts that I wanted to be a part of, I wanted to help the folks of Sandy Creek. I just got mixed communication. I'm not going to reveal the groups I was supposed to be with for that area until we actually work together. It has nothing to do with the groups. It was just a mismanagement of communication, beginning with the Travis County officials. And Stevie, I will tell you that I think Travis County dropped the ball locally for those folks in Sandy Creek. And then to your point, for the folks in Kerr County, it's plain and simple. One resolution there. Flood warning systems have to be in place.
Yeah.
Flood prone area. And our prayers and thoughts, and I know it's well said so many times, but we cannot give enough praise and positivity to each of these families, even the ones who are still with us, the trauma that these people went through to survive. And shout out to people like you, Stevie, with big hearts, and your family, and shout out to all of Austin, Texas, and the great state of Texas, and folks from Mexico, Louisiana, all over the country who have come here to our neck of the woods, Flash Flood Alley, Hill Country, to help fellow our Texans. It's beautiful, Stevie.
Yeah.
It really is. So, and shout out to the Hargrove family. They have been very, their communication on this, supporting Texas as well, right?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Shout out to the Hargrove family for sure.
And God, if you need a roof and during this time frame, you know who to go to, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hargrove Roofing. Knows who's on your roof.
Well, you do. And I will say, again, we're going to be talking about this for a long time, everybody who's watching, but we deeply feel badly. We feel like, what can we do? What can we do to help? Because I am looking for other opportunities to help clean and help recover, search, whatnot. It's out there. It's just a unique experience. I did it for Hurricane Harvey in Rockport, Wimberley. I got a very small taste of this, and it's just different for this event. God, my heart hurts, and the devastation is just, I can't begin to explain it, Stevie, but thanks for people like you, and thanks for the youth. I know some of you, the viewers, listeners, have been volunteering, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Stevie, let's lift some people up, because that's what we do best. Episode 470, man, we're going to be talking about a lot, and mainly feel-good stuff. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's ride, baby.
Why did you decide to go football, maybe not basketball or another sport?
Yeah, growing up, it was always basketball. I wanted to go play basketball at Duke. Like, that's what I was set on. And, as like time went on, COVID kind of came around. and he couldn't really get in gyms anymore. And I started like shifting my focus to football really. And I kind of figured out like I could use that as my own like navigating tool to like kind of create my own name and my own kind of legacy and not kind of be in his shadow in a sense. Cause like you said, he played in the NBA for a really long time. So I kind of felt like it was a great opportunity for me and I really loved it. So COVID year is kind of when I made the choice that I was going to pick football kind of over basketball.
How about that, Dia Bell? He's been committed for a while now. Raja Bell, his dad, who had a long NBA career. So hearing from him, obviously a very intelligent young man. I'm not saying that because he chose Texas, but just a very intelligent human being. Your thoughts on him navigating himself and like, you know what, I probably have a future in whatever sport, but hearing him giving his story and maybe some other things you may have learned about him. What's your thoughts on Dia Bell?
Well, Dia, the cool thing about it, if you're a quarterback at the university or you're a quarterback in high school, you want to go to the best coach that's going to develop you. And he made a really good, sound decision. We got a big quarterback room right now, but if he's confident in himself, confident in taking a year to learn and taking a year and maybe take another year to hopefully take another year to work into a rotation and then take the reins the next year after that, it'll be good for him, man. I like that we have a choice of quarterbacks that Sark can develop and figure out which one's the best for our program. So, I'm happy for the kid. Great choice because it's Texas. But it's him choosing, having a choice of doing basketball or football, and him choosing football and then choosing the best program, or for him, the best program that can put him in the right position to be even more successful.
That's well stated. The Texas quarterback room is it wasn't long ago that the quarterback room was not as stacked. Not even close. I mean, I do think the rebuilding process of the quarterback room dates back to Shane Buechele and then Sam Ehlinger. Mm-hmm. But right now, heading into this season, Arch Manning, Trey Owens, very talented. Matthew Caldwell, the portal got transferred from Troy in Alabama. KJ Lacey Jr., much heralded high school QB from Alabama, and then a preferred walk-on in Luke Dunham. So you've got a stacked room, and Arch Manning, as so many people continue to talk about, all I can say is if you can get these gentlemen to stay 2 years, to wait their turn, there is that. But it's hard these days to do that. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt. What you would tell a guy if, other than what Sark and A.J. Milwee, what do you tell these kids why you should stay and wait that long with the way things are now?
I don't know, man. It's hard. So, there's only one QB1 at the University of Texas. Yeah. And when you're competing, you're going to compete, try to get that QB1 spot and maybe QB2. If permission to speak freely, if you're not QB1 or 2, then you've got some really good tutelage under Sark's program. Go and make some money at another school and transfer. Am I allowed to say that?
Yes. Who's employing
allowed
you?
To say that? Yeah. So some of these kids playing, I think, their plan is to try to make QB1, QB2. But if it doesn't work out for you, some of these schools are going to drop a bag in your lap just to come and be on their team. And so some of these kids may be looking at the long run. I mean, there's no reason that we need 6 quarterbacks in the quarterback room at the University of Texas. High-level quarterbacks, too.
Yeah.
High-level quarterbacks.
I agree.
So there's some deeper thinking there to, all right, I'm going to be here. What's the best coach in the country to learn under as a QB? Because everyone that has eyes understand that we went to the college football playoffs last year with a okay quarterback. Twice.
He was elite.
Sean, he was good. He ran the playbook like he was supposed to run the playbook. But if you needed to make a play off of his arm or legs or anything like that, it wasn't going to happen.
He wasn't a dead duck or a sitting duck.
And I'm not saying that. We made a okay quarterback look great.
Because of the system.
It's the system. And so if you feel like you're a good quarterback, you need a good system to be in, right? Our quarterback last 2 years was a good quarterback in a great system. I mean, I'm not saying anything off the wall, y'all. Come on. He never finished the whole season. He was always injured.
Right.
The 3 years that he played, he never finished the entire season. Right?
These are facts.
When we look at the draft, he was the last QB taken. And look at the QBs that were taken before him. I mean, people put their research into this, right? He did great things for the University of Texas. We went to 2 semifinals back-to-back years under this kid. Great. Thank you so much for running the system.
His name is Quinn Ewers. You're like Tom Herman with the kicker's name.
I was just trying to get people to understand that they know who they're talking about.
Right.
You know, so yes, that's his name. But he's a great kid, great guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Handled the system very, very well. But he is a system quarterback.
Okay, that's fair. And you know what? It's your opinion too, and there's nothing wrong with that. Own it. I don't care what anybody says. Hell, most people will agree with you.
Yeah, and so these kids coming out of high school, transferring in, is like, yours did all of that under Sark's system.
They see it.
Sark got something going on over there.
Yep.
And then if you look at Sark's record, he's doing very well with running backs and receivers. I'm sorry, and QBs. He does very well in his track record with running backs and QBs.
Well, before we continue this conversation, be sure to follow us on social media, all of our platforms. They're all listed right there.
And don't send me no hate mail.
Don't send no hate mail. Stevie's changing his number on the do not call list immediately. Hey, and you can subscribe to our YouTube page. You can comment there as well. And you subscribe to it for free. That's the beauty of it. Hey, so to continue this, as Texas is building its class of 2026, we're in the month of July. They can sign in December, obviously, the first signing period. The thing is, right now, you really can't judge a class in its entirety, or as it really will be when it comes together. But so far, after the recruiting classes Texas has enjoyed the last few years, have all been top 5, top high, definitely the top 10. They got a recent recruit from number 14 ranked prospect in the country, a cornerback, a defensive back from North Carolina, Samari Matthews. It's a big addition. Texas DBU, and LSU will argue with Texas over that. But I would be remiss not to point out the recruiting that kids who had decided to commit elsewhere. And this happens every year, but it just seems where we are right now, to me, I'm smart enough to know there will be some big additions to this class, either by portal transfers or other high school kids. Now, keep in mind, the portal cuts down on the number of high school kids that programs like Texas will sign. But these are the big names that Texas has right now. As we all know, when the wind changes direction, kids will decommit, commit elsewhere. But right now, these are big names that Texas is not getting as of right now. These will not be Longhorns as of today. Jamarian Carlton, a defensive or edge rusher, whatever you want to call him. Linebacker Braden Rouse, the offensive lineman tackle, Felix Oho, who decided to go to Texas Tech because they dropped a bag. It was Texas and Ohio State, and all of a sudden Texas Tech comes in the – hey, shout out to Tech and their NIL, including their revenue sharing, which everyone's going to have a salary cap now as of July 2nd. And then the linebacker, Xavier Griffin, and 2 UT legacies, Caden Finley, one of Jermichael Finley's son. Great kid, great talent, going to Notre Dame. And then Jalen Lott. His daddy was a great Longhorn. He's going elsewhere. Stevie, we talked about this before this episode, and we've talked about it not part of other podcasts, just on the phone. You don't seem too concerned about this. I think there's a little bit of concern.
Nope, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Sark has been on the record and talking about if you're going to come to the University of Texas for the money, then this is not the place for you. Did you hear him say that, or
he's
along those lines?
Sark has been very transparent and upfront and direct about that for a while.
So he's putting his money where his mouth is. These kids, like the kid that's going up to Texas Tech, he clearly made that decision because of the money. Clearly. If you're coming to the University of Texas, you're coming to a program with tradition, a winning tradition, and legacy, right? You'll see a bunch of big dudes around Austin. They play football at the University of Texas, and
There's some
we all
small
know each
dudes.
other.
There's some small former Longhorns.
There's a couple of small guys, kickers, So
defensive backs.
Yeah. But in the average, those guys are big too, though. So, but it's not coming to the University of Texas just to get a bag, man. And he made that clear. Yeah. So some of these kids are just taking the money over the actual school, and that's okay. Now, notice that Sark said kids coming out of high school, if you're coming here for the bag, you're coming for the wrong reason. Now, go make your money or go do your thing somewhere else.
Yes.
We're still watching because this transfer portal is huge.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So you can go somewhere in a year or two and say you're doing very, very well, put your name in the transfer portal. Then I think the University of Texas will start looking like, okay, we want this guy out of the portal. How much can we give them? I think Sark is going to recruit, and he may be a little bit ahead of his time. He's going to put more focus in recruiting out of the portal than he is out of high school.
Well, I don't have a problem with that. The Texas High School Coaches Association doesn't like that.
It is what it is, though.
It is what it is. People understand it now because it's where we are now. So
you can go get kids out of high school that's unproven in the college level, or you can go get kids that are proving themselves that entered the portal, and you can get them into your program.
True. Now, all of it's a gamble either way.
It's a gamble. It is a gamble, but I think it's a pretty forward-thinking type gamble.
Well, you have to. It's another form. It is basically it's a high school amateur. That level of college football is no longer amateur. It's developmental, and it's a form of income.
Yeah.
Can be. That, and you'll agree with me on this, I think. It's also, what is a college experience supposed to be for? Education, and find yourself, find your niche, and learn how to create opportunities. This is for all college kids, but college athletes now, you learn how to create opportunities, revenue streams, income. Because most of them are not going to play the NFL.
Correct.
So they're creating their brand. If you handle it right, you play at a place like Texas, you should be set as – I mean, there's a chance you can get that degree, and you're coming out of there making $80,000 minimum.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way.
Yeah.
So preseason conference media days have already started, Stevie. Big 12 was last week. And Arizona State, who was picked to finish, I think, last year, something like that.
Yeah.
They're picked to win it all this year. And Texas fans know all about Arizona State. That's followed by Kansas State, and Texas Tech and Baylor tied for third. Again,
where's Colorado in there?
Colorado, where are they at? Let me scroll down to my little notes here. They got TCU at 7. Kansas will be unveiling, I think, their new football stadium, I think, this year. I'm wrong. BYU and Colorado, 9 and 10.
Ooh.
And then dead last, Arizona.
That's a little low for BYU, man. Those corn-fed boys up there can play some football, actually.
Those Mormons have been proven to play football, and they do well in their NIL, but maybe this revenue sharing is going to change a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's going to change a lot of things. Again, preseason polls, I hate them all.
Yeah.
I in my 16 years in which I had a ballot to vote in the media side, I turned it in 3 times because I hate preseason polls.
Yeah.
Because it's rarely do they ever are accurate, and it's just my opinion.
Yeah,
and my opinion only matters on things like this.
Yeah,
and even then, it doesn't matter to maybe 1% of the people.
Yeah.
So SEC Media Days is this week. Big 12 Media Days last week, and SEC Media Days in Atlanta. Is there anything that excites you about this? Or what you're hoping to see or hear?
I like to hear the kids talk
right
at their media day. So I want to see Manning actually have some conversations with some media people. He's kind of hidden here in Austin. He's not in front of the TV a lot, in front of a camera, but he has to be for SEC Media Day. So I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say. And I always get a feel of the mentality of the team, who they choose to go to Media Day, right?
Yeah.
So I want to hear the whoever they choose for defensive player to go up there and talk. That mentality of that defensive player kind of tells me how the whole defense is going to work out this year, too.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So that's what I'm looking forward to.
I always enjoyed Media Days because all those years covering Big 12, I always had a list of 5-6 stories that are nothing about wins and losses, nothing about, I've got 25 players coming back who started. We've got 18 returning starters here. I didn't care about any of that.
Yeah.
Nobody at home cares about that. I always did stuff like, man, Cliff Kingsbury was the best dressed. So was Pat Mahomes. And then Bill Snyder's guys, they borderline wore a 3-piece suit. All everyone's wearing, like UT and OU boys are wearing a nice knit shirt and slacks. And then one year before they moved to Frisco for it, man, the Mary Kay Cosmetic girls had their big convention on the floor below Big 12 Media Days. So I did a story on the Mary Kay Cosmetic ladies and Big 12 football and how that merged.
That's funny.
It's freaking hilarious. And then Bob Stoops' wife, Carol, she elevated in Mary Kay. She even got a pink Cadillac.
There you go.
And Bob Stoops talked about the only thing we had to pay for are registration, tag, and license. That's it. I wish I could have seen Bob Stoops driving that pink caddy.
Yeah.
So what came out of Big 12 Media Days, Mike Gundy admitted, I don't know if the term hard-headed is right, but this January's, it was his first class in which they shelled out some money. Stevie, I've been waiting. I can't wait for you to hear this soundbite from Gundy. he threw himself under the table, under the bus. He blaming himself because, OSU took a major step back this past season.
So the truth be known, this portal class from January is the first class that we ever bought. We had not bought portal kids.
Wow.
That hurt us.
Yeah.
Hurt us the last year or so from a depth standpoint. And that was nobody's fault. That's not the administration's fault, not the donors. That was really kind of my fault because what I had done was taken money that had been raised through donations and spread it amongst the troops.
The troops, meaning his current roster.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on him now, how he's kind of changed his tune about this whole NIL? Because I think that not embracing it, and if T. Boone Pickens was still alive, can you imagine how much more money would be funneled in? Or what's your opinion on him?
That whole roster would have been different if T. Boone Pickens was still around.
Do you think this is him being genuine? Hey, I effed up. Or is it pressure from others?
Oh, it's 100% pressure. 100% pressure. He had to say that. But also it is on him for not pushing to get players like everyone else was getting players. I mean, and it's a good thing that he was paying his current roster with the money that came in. That's fine. But you got to innovate or die, and grow. So he saw the writing on the wall. He tried it one way, and they did not do well. So he has to try it a different way.
Caught up with them.
Yeah, exactly. So
it really did.
He has to make a change, and I know it came down from the top. So it's all cute that saying that there's no one else's fault and things like that, but we know it was his fault. And Mike has always had a bad taste in my mouth, just because the way he moved around, and he was all gung-ho about not paying players. Well, these kids are doing a lot for you, and you get paid, so why can't they? So anyway, that I'm glad that he's coming around to it. Best of luck to him, but the ship may have already sailed, and he has to. It's going to take a couple of years to get this back on track.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to be overnight success. Even the Big 12 is still a tough league.
No question.
It is. Real quick, the name, image, and likeness is big time in EA Sports. Look at his avatar that they made for him.
Yeah, that for sure says I have a full head of hair.
That's not good. Who is that?
And they got me all like muscled up. I'm not that much.
Is that the goal these days?
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's like a pro.
Wait till my high school buddies see that. Yeah. They'll be lighting me up.
That did not look like him at all.
It looked like he had been up on a bender with cocaine for about a week, and
with no sleep.
Just threw on a pole. Not that I know what that's like. I'm just saying. I have no idea. I heard stories.
Oh, okay. I heard how y'all be down in Oklahoma.
No, shoot, I'm from here, bro.
I know you are, but you spent some time up there.
Oh, I spent a lot of time up there. 6 years, to be exact.
Yep.
All right, Stevie, quick thoughts. We thought it happened. Yep. Texas State's going to the new Pac-12. The founding, their OGs, obviously, Washington State, Oregon State, and you got Boise State in it, and Colorado State. Texas State's leaving the big Sun Belt in 2026. They got the deal done. They're going to pay the exit fee. Quickly, your thoughts on this? It's not the same. But how do you think – I mean, it feels like they're going to a similar league, but there will be more revenue, I believe, a lot more. It's a Western. It's just college football now. You don't have USC, UCLA. You don't have Washington. You don't have Oregon. You don't have Arizona State, but is there enough cachet in that league? Not only that will keep them together as a Power 5, and what do you think how this benefits Texas State?
It benefits Texas State. You get some West Coast eyes when you go out there to play, and when those West Coast teams come in to play here in Texas. I think Texas State is winning more than the Pac-12 in this deal. They'll get a lot more revenue, but I think, when I was in school, Texas State or Southwest Texas State back then was just a little school. Yeah. Little school down in San Marcos. The growth has been phenomenal of that university and program. So this is a big step for them in the Pac-12 now, man. It's and us old heads that remember the Pac-12, it kind of have that little nostalgia with it that Texas State is going to the Pac-12. It is not the same Pac-12 that we remember of yesteryear, but it's still the Pac-12. So I think it's a good thing for Texas State and getting West Coast kids and to try to commit to Texas State. You get just more eyes on from the West Coast.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Hey, and we're going to talk about all that. It's going to be a part of our big show, year 2 of it, kicking things off, our special live at Steve and I. We found a date. I believe that's a Thursday, right? August 14th.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I've already talked to the Boulevard Bar and Grill, August 14th. We haven't figured out if we're going to do it at 7 or 7:30. Probably 7 because we went a little long last year. It's going to be 90 minutes is our target.
Yeah.
It's going to be college, high school, pro, special guests, and special recorded interviews. It was fun, man. And I remember we got Coach Looper right after practice at the University of Missouri.
Yeah.
Was in, and we're going to keep. And speaking of Texas State, we're going to have some presence from them, but it's either going to be in person, recorded, and Stevie and I will be interviewing people and having fun and get our take because this college football landscape keeps changing, and that is fun. And we'll have specials at Boulevard. I mean, your take on going back to the Bully this year for this?
It's going to be fun, man. Last year was a lot of fun. We actually had some other guys there and pulled them in for interviews. So that was fun last year. I like going on location, man. I can get some food, get a couple drinks, and we can jump online together.
That's right. And I'm going to try to talk to the Bully. Maybe they'll offer some hydrating specials. We'll figure it out. Well, just to get you guys, because the Bully is one of those old school Austin originals off of Far West Boulevard. Yep. And be sure to follow each of our social media, and we'll have all the details for that. You get to see Stevie and I and some former Longhorns and some former people that you'll recognize. Well, let's all make it a party. Have some fun. Y'all can rag on us while we're trying to conduct business on camera.
Yep.
Have some fun with it. Hey, this is becoming a trend, Stevie. High school seniors foregoing their senior year. Quinn Ewers did it. Jaden Blue did it. And now, this doesn't surprise me as I'm trying to pull in a graphic for you. And hold on. This is so new. Okay, here we go. Why is it not working? Here we go. All right, 3, 2, and 1. This is by no means criticism, but our guy Michael Adams, who runs the Austin Sports Journal, submitted this article. Dripping Springs outside hitter Krista Wilburn. Dripping Springs is a state power in high school volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good at almost everything they do in Dripping. It's something in the water, and they're just as competitive as Westlake, Lake Travis, and all those programs across state. But their volleyball program is phenomenal. She's foregoing her senior year at high school to enroll at SMU. You have volleyball girls. I know what the benefit is from an athletic point of view, but do you see this continuing to grow, this trend, or is it just hit or miss? just depends on the situation with the athlete.
It depends on the situation. I think when you actually want to break down your earning potential, you have another year of earning, or you can start early on your earning years.
Right.
So now that college players can get paid and they're getting revenue sharing, am I going to play in high school for free? Or do I, and if I have the grades that I can go on and get paid to play, the whole adage is you stay in school so you can get a good job, right?
Right.
Well, now I can get a good job while I'm in school, And so she's saying, am I going to play here for free, or am I going to go on to college and get some revenue? And I don't necessarily love this. But because, there's also something to be said to finish out your senior year in high school.
Right.
Yep. But I finished out half of my senior year, I enrolled in college in January. So what am I doing? What is the ultimate goal here? And I think that she felt that her ultimate goal was to maximize my earning potential. And if I could do it, just do it. And she did. So I don't fault her because, Father Time is always undefeated, right?
Always.
And so if you can add a whole nother year to your earnings potential, then you have to go and do that.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. It's a business decision. All right, Stevie, real quick before we go to break, and segment 2 is very short today. You have a quick man cave story from the Stevie Lee. It could be from your days playing at Texas, at Vanjol, and Shreveport, or something family, something maybe you experienced that will just as comical now as it was when it happened.
I remember one thing that I remember back in college, man. We lost a game on the road somewhere. And I can't remember where it was, but it was a tough, hard-fought game, and we were coming back, and we just didn't get it done. We get into the locker room, and Coach Brown saw the stain on our faces and said, guys, we didn't lose that game. We just ran out of time. I love the way you fought. We just ran out of time. Well, me and my other teammates looked around like, what? And we said, and in our eyes, as we looked in each other's eyes, was like, what is he talking about, man? We just lost that damn game. We didn't run out of time. We went on the field knowing how much time was going to be on the clock. We didn't run out of time. We just lost that game, man. I don't know what happened, So sometimes coaching speak can help you and get you up and things like that. But that coach speak right there was, we ran out of time. It's like, hell no. We just lost the game, coach.
Wow. Oh my God. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, but it was hilarious because we all talked about it. We still talk about that today.
Ran out of time.
No, coach, we lost that game.
Oh, brother, we're going to run out of time if we don't go to break. You know what I mean? Because FYI, Stevie and I try to target these at about 45 minutes. One day we're going to master it to where it's 30 when we don't have guests. But our goal, our heart out, is if we're approaching an hour, we got to get out because we're boring you. We don't want to lose you as a viewer. We'll see on the other side after we hear from Hargrove and Stevie's role in acting. And there may be a bald-headed short fella in there, too. We'll see on the other side.
Here at Hargrove Roofing, we try to think outside the box to kind of get the creative juices flowing. So I brought in my friend Stevie Lee, former defensive tackle for the Texas Longhorns. He's going to help the team strategize, really motivate them, light a fire.
This guy's going to block down. This guy's going to block down. You put your butt into the guard, and that way my Mike linebacker gets free to do what?
Not only are they going to learn a thing or two, but they're going to also leave with a great attitude and a bunch of smiles on their faces.
I'm sorry, what does this have to do with roofing exactly?
Get out.
Right now.
I said get out.
for me, that's what it's all about. It's just having fun, making our employees have a great time. Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
Got bird shit on my head. Come on, y'all. I got to do better. Come clean me off, man. I need a fade. Come on, man. Why I got bird shit on my head, man? Come on, man. You got to do better than that. Come on. It's UT, baby.
So, had VY's bust. Man, that thing had months and months of some grackle bird shit compiling on his dome. Hey, that's Vince being Vince.
Yeah, man, we need to put a tent over it, or something, man. Get somebody out there to hold an umbrella over his head. So,
God, we need some dish soap. Get a bottle of Dawn. Get some hot little brush and get some hot water. Let's clean
it up.
That freaking bird feces off of Vince's head, man.
Yeah, no question.
All right, Stevie Lee, this is always beneficial to me. Everyone watching, listening, is there an ATX Pro tip that you would recommend the fine American Man Cave viewers, listeners to visit, sample, dine, or experience?
Yes.
Good.
I've been doing a lot of business in the East Austin, so I'm there a lot during the day, and I have been frequenting Murray's Tavern on the East Side. I'm sorry?
I have not been yet.
Yeah, Murray's Tavern on the East Side, good food. And in the summertime, old Austin was known for its cold, dark bars in the summertime.
Yeah.
You out in the heat all day, a lot of workers that's doing manual labor outside, they will go and find a cold, dark bar to drink the day away, drink the work day away. And Murray's Tavern has that feel to me, man. It's a cold, dark bar / restaurant. They have a really good prime rib, steak frites on their menu. They have a nice roast beef sandwich on their menu. Now, it's a good little spot, man. No windows like that you can see, in or out. But it's literally like a cold, dark bar, TVs everywhere that you can watch. And it's really cool. I like that spot. So, get out there, check out Murray's Tavern. Hopefully they see this and comp a few of my meals.
Yeah,
So,
or at least give me a cocktail. I'll tag them if you give me a cocktail.
Exactly. They have cocktails there. It's just a cool little spot in East Austin to drink or have a early dinner or a late lunch right at the end of your work day and head home, man. Especially if there's some sports on TV. It's a cool little spot.
East Side's always got a good vibe.
Yeah.
I'll add to this. It's been around a long time or a while. Speaking of dark, cold places, if you're going south on Burnett Road, and you know how it ends at 45th Street, Burnett Road does, right at 45th and Burnett, keep going straight. It turns into Medical Parkway. Go about a half a mile on your right. There's a place called the Draught House, Draught. All these beers on tap. It's very dark. It smells like a fraternity house in college, but it's from all the beer.
Yeah.
And they have beer from around the world.
Yeah.
Then they have a little area in the parking lot where they fenced off. Draught House. And that's where you and I need to meet, or I'll meet you at Murray's. Hell, I'll Uber. TikToking the man cave. But this is a good example of a young girl. Check out her camera presence. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, this girl's crushing a 3-6 Mafia song on a mic at a Tex-Mex place. This girl deserves a standing ovation. I wish I had her karaoke skills because this girl may have a recording contract on the horizon.
Hey, you like my outfit? What? Don't even make it good. I thought you said you hate your girl on the night.
All up in my face. What?
president. What you think about some reason for the Cadillac? You ride clean, but your gas tank is on me. You just a minute and I'll be your shoes like a what? It's a meeting, you talk about. Anyway, every choice didn't come out. Hate to see you in the club. You wanna win a club. But you ride with your boy, you never go to club. But it's me.
That's good.
Dude, I love her.
Yes. Was that the verse that she was singing? I think her name is Gangsta Boo. That always did songs with 3-6 Mafia.
Okay.
I think that's her name. But no, that was good. That was good. She's been raised right. That's
yes. She's cultured.
Yeah, she's cultured. She's being raised right, you know.
But you see her mannerisms, it's not forced. She's got it. It's natural.
Yep.
She was there like she just came out of Sunday school and went to pick up the mic.
Yep, absolutely.
Hey, Ben, tell me something good.
Well, that wasn't good. I cut off Stevie. I apologize for that. Brother, it's been hard. This was just for people who – so we have a good viewership in Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and for some strange reason, but we love you for it, in New Mexico. And it looks like in the Kansas City area. Those of you – all you can judge us by the video you see in the media, but this for us in Austin, this hurts. I mean, all of Texas is hurt. It's this whole week has been a blur, loss of many lives, man. And so we figure out a way. Texas, somebody from Canada told me earlier this week. He says, "No, I think all Americans help each other, but Texans take it a different level where Texans are a different race." Like weird. It's very proud. Can you tell me something good, my brother, but also being from Louisiana, is there any truth to that statement, you think?
Yes, there is some truth to that. Texans are very, very proud of their state. I'm now a Texan. I'm an honorary Texan, man.
Been here a long time.
Long time. I've been here longer than I was in Louisiana. So Texans are very, very proud of the state. We take care of each other neighborly. Yes. It's a lot of times not what you know is who you know in Texas. And we are resilient. We've stood up in the face of tragedy, and we've come out on the other side better. So that's my something good too, man. Texans are going to come together. We're going to stop all this bickering and fighting and come together and make things right. Yes, evaluate what went wrong and try to fix that. But together, we're going to rise together. Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. I think there's going to be some demands of the state-led government from the federal side. You got to do something about this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think what's going to be good, to your point, is some really great things are going to occur from flood warning systems. And in the end, people won't say, this was political. No.
Mm-hmm.
This is the uniting in a forum of all that bickering from two different political parties.
Mm-hmm.
The unification in some ways. I just wish I could hug every neck of all the surviving family members and all the survivors and tell you this is what being from Texas is about. We're going to love on you and we're going to be here. And I know it's easy for me to say that because I have not had the experiences yet on the cleanup of this event as I have for like Wimberley and Hurricane Harvey. I've only been to a couple of the sites. And our volunteering wasn't fully organized, so I had to go to plan B, but that's going to change. And that's another thing, man. If I get something organized soon, I'll put something up on our social media to try to get some volunteers. I love to have 11 other people join me.
Yeah.
Just for a 4 to 6 hour project. And they're going to need it in all these places for the next few months. Hey, much love to you. Much love to Stevie and his family and everybody who follows Stories Inside the Man Cave, and to the Hargrove family and the great city of Shreveport, Louisiana, and is up there in the northwest corner of the Boot State, the sportsman paradise, and to the lovely family of the Stevie Lee, and to the city, which where my college alma mater is home, Nacogdoches, Texas, and to my beautiful hometown, Austin, Texas, and to everybody across the great state of Texas and this great country, America, to all of you. And to all of you, thank you for following and listening. Reach out to us. If you have any ideas, something you love for us to cover or give you a shout out, let us know. And for the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Hards, Big Mike, and the Coach Mo. What do we tell them, Stevie Lee?
We out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. I'm in my car in the giddy up.
I said get out.